We are back with Li Tian, and this time is up against talented youngster and blitz specialist Kavin Mohan. Li Tian opens with e4, Kavin goes for his favorite French, and now d3. Li Tian is avoiding the main theoretical lines. He doesn't want to engage Kavin in any of the theoretical French lines, which he likes. Li Tian fianchettos his bishop to g2. This is very typical play for the king's Indian attack. Kavin plays knight f6. Li Tian now develops his knight to f3. Kavin plays bishop d6. He wants to take control over the e5 square and stop e4 to e5. Li Tian castles, and so does Kavin. Now, how should Li Tian continue? A typical way is to play rook e1, and that's what he does. Now, Li Tian is threatening e5, so Kavin stops this with the move queen c7, but Li Tian is persistent. He plays queen e2, renewing the threat. So now Kavin has to make a decision. It's not that easy. Kavin takes on e4. But I think this plays into Li Tian's hands. Li Tian takes back with d takes e4. And now Kavin plays e5. So he stopped this e5 plan forever. But this has created a weakness on d5, which could be occupied in the future. Li Tian is now controlling the d4 square, and he plays knight to c4. Very typical for this variation. That is very well placed here. Kavin plays h6. Perhaps he's worried about bishop g5. But this allows Li Tian to play knight h4. He's trying to reroute his knight to f5. Kavin plays rook d8. But now Li Tian gets his knight to f5. Kavin drops his bishop back immediately. Kavin is so fast. Even when he gets a bad position, he plays instantly. a4 cementing this knight. And g6. Wow, a very interesting idea. He's attacking the knight on f5. Li Tian calls his bluff, takes the pawn, and Kavin plays king h7. Now, it appears that the knight on h6 is trapped, but there is actually a very nice way to get very good compensation. Li Tian can play his knight back to f5, and after g takes f5, e takes f5. Now, Kavin can't really take on f5 with the bishop, because then bishop g5. And if Kavin defends it, then takes and queen h5 check wins the bishop. But instead, Li Tian goes for the move bishop to g5, hitting the knight on f6. Now, Kavin has a difficult decision. What is he supposed to do? Now, actually, a really good move would be bishop takes c4, surprisingly enough. And after queen takes c4, now Kavin takes the knight on h6. Li Tian must take the knight on f6 to restore the material balance, but now rook d6, hitting the bishop on f6. And it turns out that the bishop has no good squares. So after Li Tian retreats his bishop back to h4, g5 would win a piece, and Kavin would be firmly in the driver's seat. So it turns out that Kavin's idea has almost worked out. But can he find this very difficult move, bishop takes c4? No, he cannot. He plays the move queen e7. Now Li Tian takes on f6, Kavin takes back with the queen, and Li Tian drops his knight back to g4. Now Li Tian is consolidating. I don't think Kavin should have taken that. He should have at least kept the two bishops and tried to play for compensation. But now, the opposite colored bishops do not help Kavin at all. Li Tian brings his rook to d1, taking full control of the open file. He's about to use this weakness on d5 to great effect. Now, it is the time. Li Tian plays rook d5, occupying this outpost with the rook. It's very strong. Kavin defends the pawn on c5, and Li Tian simply doubles his rooks on the d file. Rook to b8. Kavin has absolutely nothing to do. Now, Li Tian plays h4, creating another weakness on the king side. Knight a5, total desperation. Kavin can't see what to do at all. But this is just a free pawn for Li Tian. Rook takes d5, and now Li Tian, after double checking, simply takes back on d5 the rook. It's two extra pawns, and as they say, Li Tian has the pawns as well as the compensation. Bishop g7, but Li Tian simply defends this knight with f4. It's nothing to do. Rook d8, desperately trying to get in with the queen, but this is nothing. Li Tian calls his bluff. Rook takes d8, and now a third pawn with knight takes f7. Now there's absolutely nothing for Kavin. Queen d2, absolute desperation, but there's nothing you can do against the well-secured white king. And h5, things couldn't get any worse. Now, Kavin's king is getting blasted open. G takes h5, and now the finishing blow. Knight g5 check. The black king simply has no good squares to hide to. Kavin tries to run with king g8, but Li Tian does not let him escape. Queen e6 check, and it's mate next move with queen e8 or queen f7, so Kavin resigns. A fantastic performance by Yeoh Tian. Despite the slip in the middle, the refutation was not at all easy, and Kavin wasn't able to find it. And so Yeoh Tian scores an emphatic victory against one of Malaysia's rising stars. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more Li Tian games, then check out this video above. You won't regret it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.